What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm going to be doing my breakdown and predictions for The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 9. We just got a promo after Episode 8, so I'm going to go over it and talk about what we can hopefully see to come in the second half of Season 8. But in case you aren't caught up to The Walking Dead Season 8, I will be discussing some prior episodes, so here is your spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1, let's begin! Alright guys, we are in the final stretch of the war, the final 8 episodes. I'm really excited to see how they wrap up this war and how they finish off the Rick Negan all-out war storyline. And I'm really excited to see how these last couple of battles play out. So I'm going to go through this promo and give you guys my thoughts on it. And the first thing we see here is Rick and Michonne at a grave. And I'm going to go ahead and say this is Carl's grave. I know, I'm sorry. I just don't think he's going to make it, guys. I know there's so many theories out there saying he's immune. He got bit by a whisper or, there's a key or any one of those. I don't really care. I would wish any one of those to be true. I really do. I don't care what bullshit reason they give us. If they hand this Carl back, I would grab him with no hesitation, no questions asked. Because I know how important Carl is to the story, and I don't want to lose him. But I just don't think it's going to happen. And with all the drama coming out, with Scott M. Gimple and his father and him and AMC, I just don't think Carl's going to make it. And I think he's going to be a goner. And it's going to suck seeing his last few minutes on the show in Episode 9. But I'm looking forward to it and not looking forward to it at the same time, if that makes any sense. But I want to move on and talk about Dwight, because I am loving what they're doing with Dwight's character. Yeah, I'm really loving Dwight right now. He's such a good, interesting character, and I'm really looking forward to his, storylines coming up. And I hope he doesn't die in All-Out War. And I hope he makes it to New Beginning and the Whisperers, because he's such an interesting character and I really like him. But I really like how he's physically helping the group now. And he actually killed Saviors and stuff. And later on in the promo, he goes back to Negan and the Saviors. And I don't know why he would go back. Because if you remember when he killed the Saviors in Episode 8, Laura, the girl who's kind of connected with Eugene, she's always hanging out around Eugene. She figured out that Dwight's the traitor. So if she goes back and tells Negan that, oh, Dwight's, he's the one who betrayed us, Dwight's a dead man. Remember how Negan said when he killed Carson, he said, if I figure out Dwight's lying to me, I'm gonna go burn the second half of his face until he dies. So Negan has no mercy for Dwight, and Dwight's gonna be a dead person if Negan finds out he's the traitor. So hopefully Dwight kills Laura or something like that, and because I don't know why he's going back to Negan and the Saviors, because if Laura tells Negan that he's a traitor, I'm not sure why he would be going back. He's kind of risking his life. But anyways, and then we see Maggie. I want to talk about Maggie for a second as well, because Maggie and Carl are really close. They're like brother and sister. Maggie was there when Carl lost his mother, and Carl was there when Maggie lost Herschel and Glenn, and they're always there for each other. And Carl's like Maggie's little brother, and it's gonna be really sad seeing her reaction to Carl's death. And a lot of the people's reactions to Carl's death, like Carol as well. She's been with Carl since season 1. She was there in the Atlanta camp. So seeing these reactions with the Walking Dead, it's usually the reactions that get me. Seeing Negan, not the actual death, seeing Negan bash Glenn's head in with a baseball bat was not what made me cry. It made me very sad and emotional. Seeing the aftermath of all our favorite characters all heartbroken and grieving and crying, and that's what gets you. And seeing some of the people's reactions to Carl's death is probably gonna be very, very heartbreaking. But again, I'm looking forward to it and not looking forward to it at the same time. I'm just looking forward to Walking Dead, but we have to fight through this stuff. Some bad stuff has to happen. But anyways, I'm gonna move on and talk. And then we see Rick and Michonne killing a walker here, and it seems like this is in Alexandria, and Alexandria is destroyed. They're burying Carl here, so I think they're trying to get out now, and you can see all the burnt down houses and trees and stuff. And we have to wait till the end of All-Out War, and or after All-Out War, New Beginning, for them to start rebuilding Alexandria, because it looks like it's done now. And it looks like they're all gonna go to the hilltop, because Simon said we're gonna let the hilltop keep standing and producing for us. We're taking over the kingdom and we're destroying Alexandria. So the hilltop's the last place, and it looks like everyone's gonna be going there. But I want to talk about, because Dwight told them that they're in the forest looking for them. But then look, we see Rick with his iconic jacket. Yeah, boy. You know what I'm talking about? That season 5, season 6 jacket. And then we see Daryl with the vest. So, our favorite characters. Little stuff like this is what makes me happy. And it's a callback season, so I was expecting the jacket to make a return. Dwight telling Dwight's telling them that they're out looking for them in the forest. So they're out. It's gonna be pretty tough because they have to somehow get to the hilltop without running into the saviors. And then Daryl tells Rick, together we're gonna be their worst nightmare. So seeing Daryl and Rick always kick ass is awesome. They had a lot of time together in the first half of season 8. They got in a fight in episode 5, and everyone's like, oh no, they're never gonna be together. They're not gonna be the same brothers anymore. Like no. Brothers fight, guys. Like they're not. It's just a little fight. Everyone was frustrated with the war and stuff. Like it's not a big deal. They're still gonna move forward. And Daryl was even holding Judith. So they still love and care for each other. It's not a big deal. So just a little fight. Everyone thinks that not everyone. Like some people think that Rick and Daryl are never gonna be as close anymore. I strongly disagree with that. I think they're gonna be closer than ever after this war. But anyways, so I'm really excited to see, because we see some kingdom here as well. And remember in episode 8, they didn't kill Ezekiel, but they're trying to take him to the sanctuary, I guess. And then we see an explosion in the wall when Gavin's talking to Ezekiel. And I'm hoping this is Rick and the group coming to rescue Ezekiel, because someone tells them that they're out. They're out in the. They're at the the kingdom. Because they want to live with the kingdom now, apparently, because the sanctuary is destroyed. So hopefully they come rescue them, and we see Carol shooting at someone, and we see her diving somewhere, and we see so this is still gonna be an action-packed last couple episodes, and I'm really excited to see the last couple of battles. And I want to talk about Morgan really quickly, because we don't see a lot of him in the promo, but we see him going down these stairs really quickly. And then we also saw him in a little bit in episode 8 coming to the kingdom. So I'm assuming Carol and Morgan are going to rescue Ezekiel. And it might not even be Rick who made that explosion. Maybe it's just Morgan, or they get a bomb or something and they come rescue Ezekiel. That's going to be really cool. But they would need more numbers because there's a bunch of saviors there. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to play out. But I'm hoping I want to talk about Morgan because I'm really interested for his storyline in the second half of season 8. Because as we all know, he's going to Fear season 4, and Scott M. Gimple said that his story in this season 8 will position him for his story in season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. And I have no clue what that means because the timelines don't even match up. They're not even close. They're like a couple years apart. So I don't know if Fear's going to have a huge time jump or what, but something's going to happen that makes Morgan from this season go to Fear the next season 4. So unless they just tricked us and just saying that, but maybe he leaves. I'm not sure, but I'm really looking forward to Morgan's storyline because if I had to bet on one more major character dying this season, it would probably be young Morgan Jones. I'm sorry, it just probably will be. So we're getting a lot of action in this promo as well. We see all the saviors going like for Negan. So these saviors, it's all out war. Like it's been all out war, but now they're just. I think they don't. The saviors now that they escape, they don't give zero fucks. They're gonna go destroy everything and just make sure no one ever does what Rick does ever tried again. Even Negan said that in episode 8. But I want to talk about this for a second because we see Siddiq with Daryl in some water, like in the forest or something. We see some walkers here. We see Rosita getting a little bit of a predicament. I don't think it's gonna be anything big. I think she's gonna be fine. But I want to talk about Siddiq because Siddiq is with Daryl in the group now. So I'm assuming that Rick's gonna accept Siddiq into the group because that's what Carl wanted, and if it's Carl's dying wish that Rick is more merciful, I guess, in a sense. And Carl risked his life, or he did risk his life. He's probably gonna die. He is gonna probably die. I keep saying probably because I'm still in a little bit of denial until I see him actually, die. But it's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I'm just in denial. It's funny because a lot of people are still in denial, and as much as it sucks, we're just not accepting it because Carl's such a huge character. I don't want to lose him, but I keep getting caught up with Carl because I'm still shook by that. But anyways, so it was Carl's dying wish to his father to be more merciful, or I'm assuming that's his dying wish because he was talking to him when they were walking after encountering Siddiq, and he was telling him that we should have helped him, and Carl helped him. So I'm sure Rick is gonna accept Siddiq into the group because that's his son's wish, and I'm really interested in his character as well because hopefully he gets Oceanside to join the war. Oceanside predictions really quickly. I'm probably gonna make a video on Oceanside. I did already made a video on Oceanside a while ago, but that was before they actually showed up in season 8. Now that Tanya is dead, she was the one that holding them back from joining the war. So if some reason Rick and the group goes back to Oceanside and they see Siddiq, and if they follow Siddiq's storyline from the comics, Siddiq is part of Oceanside, and Siddiq could be the connecting bridge between Oceanside and Rick's group. So that's gonna be really cool to see. And the second half of the season looks really, really awesome. And as much as it's gonna suck losing Carl, is a so many storylines coming up. I'm not giving hope. I'm not gonna give up with The Walking Dead, guys. I know that people were like never gonna watch the show again because of Carl's death, and I don't think you should do that, because if you watch the show for characters, I don't know, I guess you could watch the show for characters and actors, but I watched the show for the story, and I love seeing the progression of the story and, the transition from the comics to the TV show. So I'm just really excited to see how they wrap up this war and, the final few battles, because there's some good battles coming up, especially that last battle, and it'd be really awesome to see that actually play it on TV. But then we see, the last scene I want to talk about is this really badass scene of Negan telling Rick who's next. Obviously meaning who's going to die next, because Rick is trying to prove a point still, and I was going to die, and then Rick goes like, "You are." So Rick, when Carl died, I thought Rick would go on a rampage, and I don't think he will. I think he's still going to be calm, but because it wasn't Negan's fault that Carl died, so I don't think he's going to take out his rage on Negan even more. But obviously, he's going to have rage, and he wants the war to be done. He wants to move on with his life, because he just lost his son. He doesn't want to do this anymore. It's going to be a tough time for him to move forward. And even Michonne, in the promo, she was like telling Dwight, like, please make them stop, and she was like tearing up. So a lot of people are going to be affected by this death. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to shift all out, or it's going to shift like the ending of All Out War, I guess you could say. I think they're planning some big stuff at the end with Carl's death. But I don't think it's going to change, stop All Out War by any means. But it's a lot of characters are going to be affected by this. And I am going over 12 minutes now, almost 12 minutes. So promo gave us some stuff to look forward to. We're going to see some more battles, obviously, and I'm really interested to see some characters like Morgan and Rick, how their stories play out now that Rick lost his son, and obviously Morgan with the whole fear thing. So I'm really excited for the second half of season 8. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you did, feel free to leave a like rating, and if you have any thoughts and opinions on the season, or any predictions for the second half of season 8, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'd love to read your comments. And again, thanks for watching. It's been All Things Film. If you do enjoy Walking Dead content, be sure to subscribe, because I will be posting daily Walking Dead videos, or at least I try. And I hope you guys do enjoy these videos, and thanks again for watching, and until next time, peace!